Dr. Jane Goodall's journey from an aspiring naturalist to a global icon transformed our understanding of chimpanzees and ignited a worldwide movement for conservation. Her pioneering research in Gombe, coupled with her tireless advocacy, continues to inspire millions to protect our planet and its diverse inhabitants. The Whisperer of Gombe, a legacy of empathy and discovery. In a world often driven by human-centric perspectives, there are rare individuals who possess the unique ability to bridge the gap between our species and the animal kingdom, revealing profound truths about both. Dr. Jane Goodall is undeniably one of these extraordinary figures. Her name has become synonymous with groundbreaking scientific discovery, unwavering conservation efforts, and a deep, empathetic connection to the natural world. From her audacious beginnings in the remote forests of Tanzania to her current role as a tireless global advocate, Goodall's life story is a testament to the power of observation, patience, and an unshakable belief in the interconnectedness of all life. Her journey began not with a formal scientific degree, but with an insatiable curiosity and a childhood dream of living among animals in Africa. This unconventional path, initially met with skepticism by the scientific establishment, ultimately proved to be her greatest strength. It allowed her to approach the study of chimpanzees with an open mind, free from the rigid conventions that might have otherwise limited her insights. What she discovered would not only revolutionize primatology but also fundamentally alter humanity's perception of our closest living relatives and, by extension, ourselves. A dream takes root in Africa. Born in London in 1934, Jane Goodall's fascination with animals was evident from a very young age. Her most cherished childhood companion was a toy chimpanzee named Jubilee, a gift from her father that perhaps subtly foreshadowed her future calling. She devoured books like Tarzan of the Apes, dreaming of a life spent in the wild. Despite limited financial resources and societal expectations for women at the time, her mother, Vinay, encouraged her aspirations, instilling in her the belief that if you really want something, you have to work hard, take advantage of opportunity, and never give up. This unwavering spirit led her, at the age of 23, to fulfill a long-held dream. Traveling to Africa, she arrived in Kenya in 1957 and soon met the renowned paleoanthropologist Dr. Louis Leakey. Impressed by her deep knowledge of African wildlife and her inherent passion, Leakey recognized a unique potential in Goodall. He believed that a woman, unburdened by traditional scientific training, might be able to gain the trust of wild chimpanzees in a way that a more formally educated male scientist might not. This bold, unconventional choice set the stage for one of the most significant scientific expeditions of the 20th century. In 1960, with little more than a notebook, binoculars, and the steadfast support of her mother who accompanied her for the first few months due to local government concerns about a young woman living alone in the bush, Jane Goodall arrived at what would become the Gombe Stream National Park in Tanzania. Her mission, to observe and understand the wild chimpanzees living there. The initial days were fraught with challenges. The chimpanzees were wary, elusive, and often vanished at her approach. It was a test of endurance, patience, and an almost spiritual commitment to her goal. Gombe, unveiling the chimpanzee world. Goodall's approach to studying the chimpanzees was radically different from the prevailing scientific methods of the time. Instead of assigning numbers, she gave them names like David Greybeard, Fifi, and Goliath, recognizing their individual personalities and complex social dynamics. She spent countless hours, often weeks, simply observing, allowing the chimpanzees to grow accustomed to her presence. This patient, immersive method eventually paid off. leading to a series of astonishing discoveries that rewrote the textbooks on chimpanzee behavior. One of her most iconic observations came within months of her arrival. She witnessed David Greybeard using a blade of grass to fish for termites. A clear instance of tool-making and tool-use. This revelation shattered the long-held scientific belief that only humans made and used tools, necessitating a redefinition of what it meant to be human. Louis Leakey famously remarked, "Now we must redefine man, redefine tool, or accept chimpanzees as humans." Goodall's continued research unveiled a rich tapestry of chimpanzee life, including their complex social structures, emotional intelligence, long-term family bonds, and even instances of warfare between groups. Her work at Gombe also highlighted the importance of empathy in scientific research. By immersing herself in their world and treating the chimpanzees as individuals with distinct personalities and feelings, she demonstrated a profound respect that allowed for deeper understanding. This empathetic approach, initially criticized by some as unscientific, proved to be instrumental in revealing the intricate nuances of their lives. From their playful interactions and affectionate grooming to their expressions of grief and joy, her findings laid the foundation for a new era of animal behavior studies, emphasizing the cognitive and emotional capabilities of non-human animals. From observer to global advocate, for decades, Goodall dedicated herself primarily to research at Gombe. However, a pivotal moment in 1986 shifted her focus dramatically. Attending a conference on chimpanzee research, she was confronted with alarming evidence of widespread habitat destruction, the bushmeat trade, and the devastating impact of human activities on chimpanzee populations across Africa. The sheer scale of the crisis was a profound shock, transforming her from a pure researcher into an urgent advocate. She realized that continuing her studies in Gombe would be meaningless if the chimpanzees had no wild left to inhabit. This realization marked the beginning of her second, equally impactful career. She understood that simply documenting their lives was no longer enough. She had to fight for their survival. She founded the Jane Goodall Institute (JGI) in 1977, initially to support the ongoing research at Gombe, but it rapidly expanded its mission to global conservation and animal welfare. JGI's innovative approach, known as To Care Take Care, focused on community-centered conservation, recognizing that protecting animals also meant empowering the people living alongside them. Goodall began traveling the world, often 300 days a year, speaking to audiences of all ages about the plight of chimpanzees and the urgent need for environmental protection. Her message was simple yet powerful. Every individual can make a difference. She emphasized the interconnectedness of all living things and the critical role humans play as environmental stewards. She spoke not only of the scientific facts but also of the emotional and ethical imperative to protect the natural world, drawing on her deep personal experiences with the chimpanzees of Gombe, inspiring hope and action. One of JGI's most enduring and impactful programs is Roots Shoots. Founded in 1991, this global environmental and humanitarian program empowers young people to initiate positive change in their communities. From local cleanup projects to advocating for animal welfare and promoting sustainable living, Roots Shoots instills a sense of responsibility and hope in future generations. It embodies Goodall's belief that while the problems facing our planet are immense, collective action, starting with young people, can create a ripple effect of positive change. Today, Dr. Jane Goodall continues her tireless work, traveling the globe, giving lectures, and inspiring millions with her unwavering optimism and profound wisdom. Her message is one of hope, urging us to recognize our power to choose a better future. She reminds us that despite the challenges, there is always reason for hope if we are willing to act with compassion and determination. Her legacy extends far beyond the scientific community. She has become a moral compass for humanity, guiding us towards a more harmonious relationship with the natural world. Her life's work has not only expanded our scientific understanding but has also profoundly influenced ethical considerations regarding animal welfare and the urgent necessity of protecting biodiversity. She has shown us that animals are not mere objects for study but sentient beings deserving of respect and protection. Her journey from a young woman with a dream to a global icon of hope and action serves as a powerful reminder that passion, perseverance, and a deep connection to the living world can indeed change the course of history. What aspects of Jane Goodall's incredible journey resonate most deeply with your own understanding of our place in the natural world?